Now let's talk about the Indian Rupee. It has had a rough 2025 so far. The global turmoil has impacted the rupee's value. The Indian currency has depreciated considerably. Yesterday, it dipped to record low against the US dollar. Today, it saw some recovery. The reason was an announcement by the RBI, that's the Reserve Bank of India, the Indian Central Bank. The RBI is trying to make the rupee more resilient. Now, it's taking steps to globalize the rupee. The aim is to make the rupee stronger in world trade. So what's the plan? Let's break it down. The three big moves. The first one is linked to reference rates. Now, what are reference rates? Every day, the RBI publishes benchmark rates. These rates dictate the value of the rupee against global currencies. How many rupees you are going to get for $1, euro, or a pound. So far, rates for only 4 currencies were published: the American dollar, the euro, the British pound, and the Japanese yen. Now, the RBI plans to add more currencies. More reference rates will be introduced, starting with Indonesia's rupiah and the UAE's dirham. Both countries are major trading partners for India. How would this help? Now, it will make it easier for Indian businesses to trade in these currencies. So that's the first move. The second one is about special overseas trade accounts. What are these accounts? Now, back in 2022, the RBI had taken a decision. It allowed importers and exporters to settle trade bills directly in the Indian currency. For that, banks opened special accounts abroad. These are called Vostro accounts. So far, these accounts could invest in only one asset: government bonds, the debt of the Indian government. Now, the RBI has expanded their use. The balances can also be used to buy corporate bonds and commercial papers. In simple terms, rupees earned abroad can be invested back into India's companies, and this could improve the demand for the rupee. The third move is about loans given to India's neighbors. India's banks can now lend them in rupees. Now, this is for 3 countries in particular: Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and Nepal. This means these countries can borrow directly from Indian banks and without using the US dollar. This step would help in promoting the rupee as a regional trade currency. So those are the 3 moves: reference rates for major trading partners, expanded use of rupee balances in overseas trade accounts, and allowing rupee-denominated loans for India's neighbors. Now, what's the goal behind these steps? Broadly, the RBI is trying to achieve 2 objectives. First, it wants to boost the rupee's role in global trade. Right now, most trade is settled in dollars, even when India trades with friendly countries, and the RBI wants to change that. It wants exports to be priced in rupees and imports to be paid for in rupees. The second objective is protection. Currencies can be volatile, and any disruptions can make them swing wildly. We are already seeing the impact of Trump's tariffs. The US has imposed record tariffs on Indian goods. It has put pressure on the rupee. It has reduced the Indian currency's demand. By promoting the rupee for trade, the RBI wants to build a shield. So even if the dollar spikes, or if any trade sanctions hit, India can still trade in rupees. And it's not the country doing this. China wants to globalize the yuan. South Korea is making similar moves. South Korea's currency is called the won. It is mulling a new system, one that can handle won payments around the clock. So many countries want an alternative to the dollar. India is not the only one. The RBI calls these steps enablers. They are not an immediate substitute, but they will lay the groundwork for the globalization of the rupee.